What's going on, everybody? It's Q Jackson, host of BLK Talk. Look, I was over here preparing for another amazing episode, but look, I need you guys to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell so that you guys don't miss any of our amazing conversations. Have a new episode coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everybody? It's Q Jackson, host of BLK Talk. And guys, I'm back with another amazing episode with another amazing guest. Today, one of my longtime friends, one of the music industry's favorite sons, Mr. Anthony Dorsey, aka AD, the perfect gentleman.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining me today on BLK Talk. How are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Now, I mean, that sounds real Good Morning America. Like, what's up, man? What's been going on?
What's been going on, man? Really, what's been going on is really the music, life, progression, and then just evolving and developing and becoming a great person, a great being.
Okay.
Yes.
Picture it, guys.
Yes.
I met this guy approximately, at this point, I'm going to say like 13 years,
Yeah.
12, 13 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
at one of Atlanta's popular staples.
Mm-hmm.
People used to come out, do karaoke Saturdays, Fridays, just getting it in. And of course,
Yes.
almost every week, this was a voice
Yes.
here in Atlanta.
Yes.
We had the opportunity to chat because I would frequent that place quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we just built friendship, built a relationship or whatever, and here we are today,
Absolutely.
12, 13 years later.
Yes, sir.
Like, there's been a lot going on, but one thing that has
Absolutely.
not stopped is the music.
That's absolutely correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please
So-
don't stop the music.
Absolutely not. Let's get lost in music. How about that?
That's shameless plug. But yes. I love it.
So look, tell the people a little
Yes.
bit about who you are.
Well, I'm Anthony Dorsey. I go by
AKA
AD,
the perfect gentleman.
Absolutely, because chivalry is not dead. You know, guys still open up doors and pull out chairs for young ladies, and I'm just one of those gentlemen that just happen to do that. But with me,
And old ladies.
oh, absolutely,
Young
you're right.
and old.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, really, it's just been life, man. The ups and downs of it, and really, that's what inspired the single. But as far as like the music, just relationships, love, and being in and out of love, and experiencing just gratitude and commitment, and you know, going in and out of those feelings and emotions. You know.
Mm-hmm. So when I met you, you were you in the group then?
I was.
Yeah, so you were in the group,
Yes.
Hamilton Park.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Now tell us how that whole. Well, first of all, tell us how you got into music, because I know prior to the group you were
Yeah.
in music. So
Absolutely.
how did you discover that love and passion for music?
Honestly, it started out with me singing on the MARTA train. That's how I got my start initially, singing on the MARTA train. And this young lady heard me singing on the train, and she wanted me. She introduced me to a few other persons, and I've already had an uncle that was already involved in the music industry. So lo and behold, that just kind of catapulted us, meaning my group and I, into being signed and underneath the umbrella of Andre Harrell and Atlantic Records.
Rest in peace, Andre.
Absolutely. But that just kind of led us along that trajectory. And yeah, I've just been doing music ever since then, professionally.
So look though, discovering that you had a passion for music,
Yeah.
and then getting into a music group.
Mm.
Why a group as opposed to, like, at that time, a solo
Yeah.
career?
Honestly, I don't know. I felt like my uncle was very adamant about creating something from his childhood memory, and I went along with that vision.
Okay.
And so I was very humbled by that experience. I was the first original member of Hamilton Park. And,
So you are Hamilton Park.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, I am the only member that has HP tattooed on me. Absolutely.
Okay. Now the other guys that would become members of the group.
Yes.
How did that process work? Was it like an audition process, or
Oh, absolutely.
Like, how did that work?
It was definitely auditions. I mean, we had a few persons that came through the ranks. Some in which, I mean, they just couldn't fit the bill. It wasn't that they weren't talented. It was that their personalities were just not conducive to what we needed to have accomplished. But I mean, so there was definitely auditions, artist development. We went through it all. I mean, literally went through it all. And it's nothing like being actually raised together, if that makes sense, and not put together. So there's a lot of acts and artists who are put together and not grown together. And my group at Hamilton Park, we grew up together. Like, we woke up in the same room, smelling each other's breath in the morning. Like, yo, bro, chill out, bro. Like, go brush your teeth first before you holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I went through many a days of them stealing my money out my little piggy bank that I had. You know what I'm saying? Fighting over the bed because there was only one bed in the room. Oh, God, so fighting over the bed, like, no, I got the bed today, bro. Chill out. But yeah, so it was an experience.
So, out of the time that you guys have all been together, how many group members have you guys had throughout the duration?
I'm not gonna name names, but I'm just gonna count. About four different members prior to what became Hamilton Park that the masses know of.
Yes, so y'all went through like y'all's Destiny's Child phase.
Oh, yes.
And then the core three still remain.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, there's Marcus,
yes.
there's Chris, and you guys are actually still performing together today.
Absolutely.
I know that you guys, you know, throughout the years, with anybody that is close, anybody that's a creative,
yes,
you guys go through ups and downs.
Of course.
Y'all get together like family, y'all like brothers, y'all fight, y'all argue,
absolutely.
But at the end of the day, there's still the music.
Absolutely.
So what are some of those experiences that you guys have had where you were like, dang, this ain't gonna work, but then you guys realize, okay, at the end of the day, we all love music, we all love what we do, let's keep doing this thing?
I think that point came when we separated from Atlantic, Andre Harrell. We started our own entity, which is Lost in Music. And that entity grew out of a space of depression because we were trying to figure out, like, what are we going to do next? And when we wanted to still keep the group as, you know, as in its purest form, if you would. And so that allowed us to go into a space to where we had to depend on each other. So that dependency upon each other, like, at that point, we were all we had. We went to various outlets as far as like for distribution, and they were all, no, we've seen it before, we've had it before. But we're like, no, not yet. But no, you know, and the industry, as a lot of persons know, that it's like a hurry up and wait thing. But I mean, it just
hurry up
and wait. Absolutely.
Explain that.
Yes. So you hurry up and basically develop yourself, become great. In our eyes, become great, but there's still a waiting period for the right yes. And most of the time, we heard a lot of no's. So we wanted to create something that we could say yes to ourselves. And so we signed ourselves to Lost in Music, and that's how that was birthed. And then we created It Was Necessary, which was the album that was generated from Lost in Music. So Strobe Lights, Leave It In, you know, that all came from us collectively coming together.
Look, grown folks after dark music.
Absolutely. Do you mind if I leave it in?
Oh.
Listen, absolutely.
So the height of your career as a member of a group, what was that for you?
That was the single Thing Called Us. That was the highlight of my career. That was our very first single after being signed. But I had an opportunity to do some things that I didn't traditionally have an opportunity to do. That space was Thing Called Us. I had an opportunity to do some things that traditionally or prior to I had no chance of doing. I had an opportunity to act for the first time, to be on TV. I had an opportunity to sing in the rain. And I had an opportunity to actually propose on camera for the first time ever in life. And if you ever go back and review that video, you would see, as a result of me singing in the rain, I did pull out a ring and place the ring on her finger.
And how was that though? Like when you where you are right now in life, when you look back, or do you go back and look at like some of the things that you've accomplished in the past? Because some people like to leave it back there.
Yeah. No, I often go back and refer to that space. I mean, in that spacing, we were taught by Andre Harrell. He's a music mogul.
Yeah.
He's responsible, of course, for Diddy, Mary J. Blige, Robin Thicke. The list goes on. Jodeci, Guy, the list goes on. So being under his tutelage, like, we learned so much.
Yeah.
One thing in particular that he always taught us, and this was at the highlight of our career, was that let your strengths be your strengths and let your weaknesses be your strengths. That is I guess a metaphor that I would never forget. Because there's always an opportunity for you to enhance or grow and to develop and allow what is considered to be a weakness for you. It can become your strength if you hone in and pay attention to what's going on.
Now, what is one of the things that you may have considered a weakness that you would feel now is one of your greatest strengths?
I haven't always been the best dancer. I don't feel like I can dance.
Don't feel like I've ever seen you dance.
That part. But I can do amazing choreography. Put me in front of the mirrors, it's a wrap.
Oh, we need to see this.
Absolutely. No worries.
Is there like a YouTube behind the scenes
Absolutely.
of yours that people can subscribe to?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and plug that real quick. While we're on it, go ahead and
you can visit my website, theanthonydorsey.com, for the exclusives.
Okay. So today
Mm-hmm.
is a big day for you.
Absolutely.
So as long as I don't know why I thought that you put out singles over the years.
Yes.
Now I do remember songs that you've written,
Yeah,
but apparently today, guys,
absolutely,
is his first single release as a solo artist. What the heck? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second of all, how does it feel?
It feels amazing. Not only will I be sharing the stage later on tonight in Anniston, Alabama with the group Hamilton Park, but I will also be singing and performing my brand new single from my solo EP. It's called Pull Up.
And we get an EP too?
Absolutely.
We get a solo single and an EP.
Absolutely. Don't tell anybody else.
Now look though. Hold on. All right.
Yes.
Is there going to be choreography at this performance?
You just have to show up and see.
Now let's talk about the single.
Yes.
Pull Up.
Pull Up.
What is it about?
Pull Up came about, I was dating this young lady at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She and I are no longer dating, but she had this thing. When it was time to do what adults do, she's like, "Yo, I'm about to pull up." I'm like, "Okay, bet." And so I wrote this song actually commemorating an opportunity or a time in which I actually asked her to pull up. So I'm like, "Yo, you need to pull up on me because it's time." You know what I'm saying? To have a little conversation.
You want to
talk? Absolutely, we got to talk it out. And when you listen to the lyrics of the song, it tells that narrative. I'm in my bed, I wake up, and I just realize, like, okay, I need to pull up.
So, I mean, is it one of them songs that just, like, gets right to it, or something like you would hear from, like, the Whispers in the 80s, where it's crafted in a way where it sounds like one thing, but we all know what that one thing is leading to?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. It sounds like one thing, but we all know what's incented or what's meant.
Favorite line from the song
is, "I know the mother niggas did you dirty, but I'm the type of nigga that's gonna treat you right." That's really not the lyric, but
I mean, okay. Now, you just told us where the idea and the concept came from.
Yeah.
But like, how do you start a song? Like, how did you form and craft the song?
So again, going back to what we mentioned before about Andre Harrell, him telling us about let our strengths be our strengths and our weaknesses be our strength. I brought in another writer.
Okay.
It's not that writing is my weakness, but I always like to take insight and opinions from other persons who are already in those creative spaces.
Yeah.
And so I brought in this young lady by the name of Ina.
Okay.
And
Hey, Ina.
Hey, Ina.
Congratulations to you too on today's release.
Absolutely. So she and I wrote this song together. But I mean, it was organically built in the studio. Shout out to Duke Williams, who's a super producer. He was actually responsible for actually initializing thing called Us, which is Hamilton Park Sing. But yeah, Eni and I, we got in the studio. We heard the production. It was like, yo, we already know what to write, and so we were able to convey and tell that story.
You know what? I was not blessed with the gift of voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay. God knew what He was doing because I
Absolutely.
was a stage up. I also was not blessed with the gift of writing music. Now I can write the hell out of an article,
Yeah.
press release, email, but music, not yet.
Yeah.
But there's been some situations going on in life, and I need somebody to write my life feeling in the moment as a song.
Absolutely.
Can I get that to you and you like get me a song in like 7 days?
Absolutely, because that's how organic music happens. Like you take life experiences and you're able to kind of write a narration as to how life happens.
Okay.
Absolutely, you can throw a word and you can create a song by a word.
X.
X marks the spot.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta give you a little more.
Mm-hmm.
We broke up and I hated you.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I saw your face, I wanted you back again. Give me some.
Mm-hmm. First time I saw you, I knew I had to have you. But then something went wrong, and now I can't
stand you.
Stand you. Yeah, that part, see?
Oh, see, I'm a songwriter.
That part. Absolutely. As quiet as it's kept.
You
Like,
know what?
you throw things.
Look, you heard it here first. So if I hear that line in anybody else's song, we are suing you, okay?
That part.
Because it's going to be in my new song, I Think I Want You Back.
I was going to call it the Q effect, but it's okay.
I Think I Want You Back. No, the Q effect, and then I Think I Want You Back in parentheses.
That part.
So I see, I'm a songwriter now,
Collaboration.
guys. See, thank you for
Absolutely.
that. You just helped me. One of my weaknesses is now becoming a strength. I just wrote a song with 2 words.
That part.
So we got the single,
Absolutely.
Pull Up, but there's also going to be an EP.
Absolutely.
So have you created the concept yet for the EP, and like when can people expect it?
The concept for the EP has not yet been drafted. That is to be determined. Currently, right now, I'm just producing single after single until it develops into that EP.
Okay. And how many songs?
I will particularly like to see only 7 songs or so on the EP. Currently, I have 4 singles that's recorded that I think are established enough to be on the EP.
So is it like when you're putting the songs together, like kind of walk us through that? Like, does it tell a story, or is it just like random songs, depending on how I feel, that are placed on a project?
Yeah. In my most humble opinion, I think that an EP is best built by the way that you want to narrate the story. Of course, the first single, Pull Up, that would speak to the nature of, what it is. And then there's another song that's That One, where, the gentleman, he finds that one, it speaks to that. But it tells a story, and you follow that storyline throughout the extent of the EP. One thing that I refer back to is It Was Necessary. It Was Necessary was the album that was produced from Lost in Music, from Hamilton Park. But throughout all of the videos that we generated, it told a whole story in succession of one another. So it was one story after the other story, but they all meshed together by the time we got to Leave It In.
See, and now every time I think of album concepts, there's one album that I feel is one of the greatest in life.
Yes.
And its concept album is What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
I love it.
And I don't know, I guess sometimes I don't listen to full albums like most people do, but I've never seen anything that's just kind of flowed. It's just one big long ass song, but each song has its own identity.
Absolutely.
So that's can you do that for me on this one?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
It'll be seamless. It won't be, any hiccups, It's like, wait, how did that come into play? But it all makes sense.
So when you do it, are you planning on having a big event here in Atlanta, bringing industry folks back together? What do you see when this EP is released?
When the EP is released, you can expect a big party. You can expect a big party because that's the type of person that I am. I think all good things should be celebrated. I think even some bad things should be celebrated because what did you learn from that experience?
Yeah.
So celebrate what you've learned, you know. But yeah, you can expect a big shindig. And as a matter of fact, August the 4th, I'll be doing some other things here in the city. It's gonna be great.
I mean, are people invited or is this like invite only?
No, it's people invited.
It's not invited. It's coming real soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, we got stuff that's lined up back to back to back. Like,
so I mean, you've been out here though, like over the last couple weeks on social media. Like I'm just saying, like you've been out here performing.
Absolutely.
You've been getting it. Things have been looking good. I'm like, okay, like you're back.
Yes.
So I feel like you may had to take a moment, a little step back, and now you're back. What brought you back?
What brought me back is first I never left. It's that most persons, and going back to it was necessary, my coined phrase was that, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of take a more of an observatory position to be assess where you are and assess where you want to go. And then you have to plan and chart out how you plan on reaching that destination.
Yeah.
I often say that lost in music is a vehicle. Those that are in this vehicle will be successful. So the essence of that is that we're driving in the vehicle, where we're headed to, that's obvious, to be great, you know. But we just have to plan and orchestrate how we get to greatness.
Okay. Now, speaking of greatness, I know eventually you're going to have to run because you have to leave here into Alabama.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, how far is that from?
It is an hour or so from here.
Don't speed. Please don't speed.
I'll try not to.
Drive safely.
But there's a young lady that needs me.
Or old. Why do you keep forgetting about the old? Like, what's up, man? Why are you discriminating against the old lady?
I'm not discriminating. I call every young lady, regardless of
because she's young in spirit, but not in age.
Exactly.
Hey, young lady.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Young lady.
But okay, so you guys are hitting the stage tonight.
Yes.
The three of you.
Absolutely.
Hamilton Park. So
Absolutely.
now you guys are back because y'all never left because y'all did not leave. Y'all just took a little break.
Yes.
But now you guys are three grown ass men.
Yes.
Three guys who have experienced solo success, individual endeavors.
Absolutely.
And you guys are getting back on the stage. How
Absolutely.
long has it been since you guys have been on stage together?
It's only been realistically about a year.
Okay.
Since we've been on a stage collectively together.
So what is it that you enjoy when you get on the stage and you see your brothers on the stage with you?
I feel a sense of relief because I know Chris is gonna hold his note. I know Marcus is gonna come through with his shirt off. And so that dynamic, that we know what those are. You know what I'm saying? And when you have grown with the person, you know them. You know what they're capable of, you know their abilities, and there's a sense of just camaraderie between us that, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, no matter where we are, we can always call and depend on one another, depending on what we're doing. And we know that we have that support as brothers because we grew up together.
Now, has anybody ever had or ever wanted to have, in a conversation after a show, somebody said, you know what, I know we did good, but I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to get out there and just tear it up. Has anybody ever had a David Ruffin or Eddie Kane Jr. moment, when it came to group performances?
In a sense of one,
stealing the show.
Marcus. Marcus is that guy. Marcus is that guy for sure. He's gonna make sure if we're on stage and there's any period where he feels like the crowd is not responding the way that they should, he's gonna make sure that they respond in the way that they should.
Now, what do you feel like Chris brings to the group, and then you bring to the group, and Marcus brings to the group?
The dynamics of us, Chris is the melodic one, so Chris will always bring the melody, right? For myself, I feel like I will always bring the the pleasantries and the orgasms and the over the top notes, right? Marcus, his essence is what it is. He's gonna give you that grit, that like you gonna feel me, you know what I'm saying, type thing. And I love that because each person have their dynamic that they operate in well, and it comes together so beautifully. It really does.
Now, for you, what do you want the legacy of Hamilton Park to be?
Yeah.
And what do you want the legacy of A.D. the Perfect Gentleman to be?
The legacy of Hamilton Park is handsome young men, wonderful music. We put love back on the radio. For AD, the radio, I feel like radio needs AD. I feel like the radio needs that love, that compassion, that gentleman instinct. I often tell my friend group about these philosophies and things that I live by, that I govern myself by, and one of which is that gentlemen should always tell the truth. A few other aspects is that believing in the principle, the seed principle, and knowing who the source is and from which you get your resources. But in lieu of that, that's the essence of AD, you know, and that's why I say that chivalry isn't dead. Like, we still pull chairs out, we still open up doors, and as a matter of fact, I'm committed to making sure that in any arena that I serve in, and I say serve, but in any arena that I'm in, that you're gonna, okay, I don't even shake young ladies' hands, you know, but I see often that men, they would extend their hand to a woman. Like, for me, I don't agree with that. Because
so what do you prefer?
I prefer hugs. Absolutely. And I tell a young lady or a lady, an older lady, a young at heart lady all the time, like, listen, I don't shake on ladies' hands. And then they often ask, well, what do you do? And then I give them a hug, just like, aw, you know, and it just kind of comes across.
It makes them feel
absolutely
a little soft and a little feminine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. There's a phrase that people often use. I have my views on it, but you're somebody that is in the midst of this. I know your opinion may be different. R&B is dead.
Oh, wow. I disagree wholeheartedly. We had an opportunity under the tutelage of Andre Harrell to be in the studio with Pharrell, right?
Okay.
So Pharrell, he said some things to us in times past that really resonated and stuck with me. He knows that R&B is, or music is cyclical. It goes and it comes, you know, certain eras or waves of music. And then he told us that R&B was going to come back. And as we have recently, or we can recently attest to the fact that R&B, in fact, has resurfaced in the sense of it's giving that nostalgic 90s feel, right? And the likes of certain artists such as Division and others. But R&B, it would never die.
See, now I agree with that. But I guess what I feel is R&B, it isn't dead. R&B has never died. It just stopped becoming as popular and profitable. But there is so much good music. People just don't want to search for it. Because it was thrown at you. Like, it was in your face. It was on your radio every time you know, got in the car. But now people they don't want to search for it because it's not. But our R&B is there.
Absolutely.
You guys are proof that it's there.
Absolutely.
It's not going anywhere.
And shameless for no auto-tune. But keep going.
See, you know who you sound like? Now, I was at a concert in February. Valentine's Day, actually.
Oh, wow.
And this young lady, every concert that I've gone to this year from anybody over 50, they always have to let you know that this is these are real musicians. This is a real band. Anita Baker said it, Shantae Moore said it, Freddie Jackson and them said, like, these are all people that I went to see this year. And they always have to let you know that ain't no fakery.
No.
I'm not like, this is me singing.
Absolutely.
If you hear a little crack,
Yes.
this is authentically me at that moment.
Absolutely.
Now, why do you feel that's important?
Because I've been on stages and in arenas where the artists, they're not singing live.
Mm-hmm.
Their breaths have been on the tracks. Auto-tune for sure. And they sound the epitome of the record just like they're recorded.
Mm-hmm.
There's no deviation, none of that, right? For me, I feel like that's a machine, right? And not artistry.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? This guy is not a machine. This guy is a real artist.
Absolutely.
With a real passion, a
Yes.
real gift, and a real song that you can now stream,
Yes.
download, purchase,
Yes.
share with your friends, share with your family, and all that good stuff. So tell the people
Yes.
where they can find Pull Up.
You can find Pull Up on all major streaming platforms. And definitely, please, just go to the website, theanthonydorsey.com. You can find it there. And yeah, man, pull up on the kid.
Hey, man, I absolutely appreciate you. Congratulations on your single.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations on tonight's show.
Yes.
All the future shows. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to August.
Yes.
I'm also looking forward to continuing the song, the Q Effect,
Yes.
because I gotta
Yes.
get it out.
Absolutely.
I gotta get it out
Yeah.
how I feel.
Absolutely.
So
We'll set up the studio session. You come through.
the
We'll
writing
dialogue.
session.
Yeah, I say studio session, but it's the same thing for me.
Okay.
The studio, I live there. Absolutely. So yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I wish you much success,
Thank you.
much continued success,
Yes.
in everything in this industry that you hope to get out of it. I hope you get.
Thank you, Colin. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Make sure you guys follow him. Well, go to the website,
Yes.
and then all the social medias, all the everything will be
Absolutely.
on that website.
Yes.
So the website again is
theanthonydorsey.com.
all right. Make sure you guys go ahead and check everything out. And thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of BLK Talk. Until next time.